Right now in Texas, you can buy a house for less than the price of a new pickup truck. Not a shed, not a trailer, an actual house. 3 bedrooms, hardwood floors, sometimes even a yard. We are looking at 12 real listings across the state, most of them under $60,000. Some need work, some already have tenants paying rent. One of them is so big for the price that it genuinely does not make sense. And at the end, we're going to look at what happens when you go just a little bit over $60,000, and suddenly, everything changes. House 1, Santa Ana, Texas. Price, $55,000. 3-bed, 1-bath, 917 square feet, built in 1948. Wallace Avenue, Santa Ana, Texas. $55,000. This is not a renovation project. This is not a flood-damaged teardown. This is a 3-bedroom house with original wood floors, a fireplace, a covered front porch, a fenced backyard, and a storage shed out back. Built in 1948, and it still looks the part. Santa Ana is a small town in central Texas. Population is right around 1,000 people. The kind of place where housing prices stayed affordable because the town itself stayed small. No tech boom, no mass migration, just land, sky, and homes that cost what homes used to cost. The trade-off is real, though. Small towns like this come with limited job markets, fewer services, and you better like quiet. But for somebody looking to own something outright with zero mortgage, zero rent, $55,000 for this house is hard to argue with. Here's where things start to get interesting. House 2, Clarksville, Texas. Price, $59,000. 3-bed, 1.5-bath, 1,296 square feet, built 1956. Pierce Street, Clarksville, Texas. Almost 1,300 square feet, a metal roof that will outlast most of the neighborhood, a garage, a covered patio, a corner lot, $59,000. Clarksville sits in northeast Texas with a population of around 3,000 people. Housing costs here run roughly 68% below the national average. That number sounds made up, but it is not. When you see a house like this at this price, that statistic suddenly makes a lot of sense. Now, this house is priced right at the edge of our $60,000 ceiling. The next one drops well under it.
House 3, Tulia, Texas. Price, $49,999. 2-bed, 1-bath, 780 square feet, built circa 1950. Floyd Avenue, Tulia, Texas. Under $50,000. Less than 800 square feet, yes, but it is move-in ready. Fresh carpet, updated water heater, new insulation. There is even a storage building on the property. This is not a gut job. Someone already put work into it. Tulia is out in the Texas Panhandle, surrounded by flat farmland in every direction. The economy here revolves around agriculture, and that agricultural economy keeps housing prices at a level most of the country stopped seeing decades ago. If you need a place to live and have $49,999, this is literally a house you can buy. But for investors, the next one is where things get really interesting. House 4, Abilene, Texas. Price, $55,000. 2-bed, 1-bath, 780 square feet, built circa 1950. 8th Street, Abilene, Texas. Same square footage as the last house, similar price, but there is one detail that changes the entire conversation. This house already has a tenant paying $650 a month. That is a rental property. Day one. No vacancy, no renovation period, no finding a tenant. Just buy the house and collect the check. At $55,000 purchase price, with $650 a month in rent, you are looking at roughly 14% gross yield. Abilene sits about 30 miles from Lubbock, which means residents get access to a much larger city, jobs, medical, retail, while paying dramatically less for housing. That proximity matters. It keeps rental demand steady even in a small town. Most investors chasing cash flow are looking at markets in completely different price ranges. This one barely registers on their radar. That might be exactly why it still exists. House 5, Ballinger, Texas. Price, $49,900. 3-bed, 2 baths, 1,225 square feet, built circa 1950. North 7th Street, Ballinger, Texas. 2 bathrooms, under $50,000. That is genuinely rare. At this price point, you almost never see 2 full bathrooms. 2 bedrooms, sure. 1 bath, almost always. But 2 baths under 50 grand is the kind of thing that stops people mid-scroll. Ballinger is a small town along the Colorado River in central Texas, the kind of town where the price of land never exploded, where development never arrived, and where a house from 1950 can still be purchased for less than most people have in a savings account. 1,200 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, $49,900. What happens when you add a 4th bedroom to that math?
House 6, Marshall, Texas. Price, $50,000. 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,246 square feet. Built 1935. Marshall Street, Marshall, Texas. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, $50,000. That sentence does not feel like it should be legal, but here we are. Marshall sits in East Texas, near the Louisiana border. In the 1800s, it was one of the most important railroad hubs in the entire state. Today, it is known for its historic architecture, its slower pace of life, and apparently, houses like this one. Built in 1935, this place has survived 90 years and is still standing with 4 bedrooms and 2 full baths. At $50,000, the price works out to roughly $40 per square foot. You cannot find roofing materials for $40 a square foot. This is the kind of property that makes people question whether they have been thinking about housing correctly their whole lives. House 7, Hamilton, Texas. Price, $59,900. 2-bed, 1 bath, 1,360 square feet, built circa 1940. East Main Street, Hamilton, Texas. This one has a layer most residential listings do not. It sits directly on Main Street, which doubles as Highway 36. That kind of frontage means this property could potentially be used for commercial purposes, a small office, a shop, a studio. Some buyers look at a location like this and see a residence. Others look at it and see a business address. Hamilton is a quiet ranching town surrounded by open countryside. At just under $60,000 for 1,360 square feet with that kind of street exposure, you are looking at something that does not fit neatly into a single category. Most of this video has been about residential. This one is something slightly different. House 8, Abilene, Texas. Price, $49,000. 2-bed, 1 bath, 896 square feet. Built 1923. South Willis Street, Abilene, Texas. Every house before this one has been in a small town, a few thousand people at most. Rural, remote, the kind of places that never made the news. Abilene has over 120,000 residents. It is home to Dice Air Force Base. It has multiple universities. It is a real city with real infrastructure and a real economy. And this house is listed at $49,000. For a city that size, a listing under $50,000 is usual. It happens, but not often. Built in 1923, this is over 100 years old, and it comes with all the character and the question marks that come with that age. But the fact that it exists at this price in a city of this size, that is the story. House 9, Rockdale, Texas. Price, $59,900. 3-bed, 1 bath. 1,216 square feet, built 1915. 1915. That is the year this house was built, 1 year before the United States entered World War I. This is one of the oldest properties in the video, and it is still standing at over 1,200 square feet with 3 bedrooms. Rockdale sits about 1 hour from Austin. That proximity alone would normally price this house completely differently. But there is more. The region has seen real economic activity recently due to the massive Samsung semiconductor plant under construction in Taylor, just down the road. New jobs, new development, a city 1 hour away, a historic house that survived 111 years. $59,900. The next house is the cheapest one on the entire list, and it shows. House 10, the fixer-upper. $44,500. That is the cheapest property in this video. Built in 1928, almost 100 years old, and it looks like it. This is what real estate agents politely call a handyman special. The bones are there, but the house needs work. Real work, not paint and carpet work. Real work. These properties exist for one reason: investors. Someone buys it at $44,500, puts $30,000 to $50,000 into it, and comes out the other side with a renovated house worth considerably more. That math works in markets where labor and materials are still manageable, and rural Texas still qualifies. For a primary buyer, this one probably is not it. For someone with skills, tools, and time, this is raw material. But nothing in this video prepares you for what comes next. House 11, the giant. 2,068 square feet, $55,000. That math comes out to roughly $26 per square foot. Let that land for a second. Lumber costs more than $26 per square foot. Concrete costs more. Drywall, insulation, roofing, all of it costs more per square foot than this house is asking. 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, over 2,000 square feet of space. Built in 1934, which means this structure survived the Great Depression, World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, multiple recessions, and is still standing with enough room to raise a family, run a business from home, or use half the house as a rental unit. Houses this large at this price point are rare, specifically because large old homes usually need significant renovations. But for someone who can handle that, the upside here is almost hard to calculate. This is the wildest property in the video, until the last one. Final house, Lubbock, Texas. Price $75,000. 2-bed, 1-bath, 732 square feet. 40th Street, Lubbock, Texas. Yes, $75,000. We blew past $60,000. The house is smaller than most of the others. Only 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 732 square feet. So why is this the most important house in the video? Because it is move-in ready. Every house before this one came with an asterisk. Rural location, older construction, needs work, tenant already in place, something. Every single one had a reason the price was what it was. This house in Lubbock has been repainted and updated. You can move in. You do not need a contractor, an inspector's report, or 3 months of work. You sign the papers and you live there. Lubbock has a population of 250,000 people. It is home to Texas Tech University. It has job markets, hospitals, restaurants, nightlife, the full infrastructure of a real mid-sized American city. And that is exactly why it costs $75,000 instead of $55,000. The move-in ready condition in a real city with real demand carries a premium. Not a massive one, but a real one. This house shows you exactly where the floor ends. Once you need a functioning city, reasonable infrastructure, and a house you do not have to rebuild, the price jumps. Not to $300,000, not to $500,000, but it does jump. Cheap houses still exist in Texas in 2026, but they come with conditions. Small towns, older construction, properties that need varying levels of work, trade-offs that are real and worth thinking about carefully. What is remarkable is that they exist at all. At a time when housing prices across the country have made ownership feel impossible for a lot of people, Texas still has corners where a house costs less than a car. The question is how much longer that stays true.